How are we doing, people? Thanks again for joining me for another video. As you'll see from the title, can I catch a barbel on mainline cell? That is what I'm going to try and achieve in this video. This is a follow-on video from the last video I released. If you haven't seen it, it could be worth you watching it, purely because you'll understand a lot more in this video what's going on and what's happened prior to me casting out in this session. So you'll have a kind of idea what to expect and if this is a good bait to use for barbel or not, basically. So I'm already set up, the rods are behind me, everything's set up from the last session, so I'm in front, I've got a head start. Basically all I'm going to do now is spin you around, talk you through the rig, show you what I'm doing with the bait, how I'm going to try catch a barbel on it, and then we'll get some rods in quick and see what happens. So yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, let's talk rigs then. Simple. I've got on the end 1.5 of the 15mm freezer baits I've got. That's tied on with a piece of black silicone there to trap the hair in position. Knotless knotted. That's a fang, NASH fang twister. I think that's an 8 or a 10. I can't remember exactly what they are. With a 3.5 foot long GARDNER GT HD 15-pound hook link, which is just my mono off my reels basically, or the stuff I've got left I've put my main line on. So that's what I'm using. Long tangle sleeve. I've got another one tied here, exactly the same, just with a single bait. So it's the same hook, same silicone on the bend, same hook length, same length, everything. Bait wise, as I mentioned, we're using mainline cell. I've got a bag of 15mm freezer bait. It needs using up. You'll see in this bucket I've already been busy, that's why the bag looks so empty. I have put a few aside in a bag for hook baits in case things kick off. You never know, do they? And all I've been doing, I've been loading my little KORDA crusher, putting a few baits in it, crumbing it up. They come out like that, and they've just been going in that bucket down there, and that's all I'm doing with it. I'm going to put one rod on a feeder. The right hand rod's going to be fished on a cage feeder. The left hand rod is going to be fished just on an atomic gripper lead, purely because I've only got a kilo of bait. If I put two rods on feeders, it's midday now, so I've got all afternoon, all evening and all night. 1 kilo of boilie crumb is not going to last me recasting regular on 2 rods. So I've rationed it to 1 rod, but I've put it on the right hand rod because that is in effect going to feed the left hand rod as well. So I'm trying to get the most out of my bait. Ideally I'd like another 2-3 kilos so I could wallop them both in on it, but I haven't got that. I have got some shelf life cell, but it doesn't crumb up as nice. I think I'd have to soak it for a bit, but we'll see how we get on. So for now I'm going to spin around, we're going to get some rods chucked out, we're going to see if we can catch a barbel on mainline cell. Don't know what your predictions are. I think yes. If I'm honest, I'm quite confident. Even though that's an against the grain bait, it should be a fishy, spicy, garlicky kind of bait. Most people use pellet based bait for barbel. We're going on coconut. I think I'm going to catch a barbel, so let's get some rods out and see if I'm right. Look at that one going over. It's a big old bugger, isn't it? You'll see I've actually added maggots to the mix. As you'll see from that little clip, I've actually got about half a pint of maggots I've just found in a bucket that I need to use up, so I'm just going to put them in. But the hook bait is still going to be a cell hook bait, so if I catch a barbel, it's because it's wanted to pick that boilie up and eat it. The maggots are not going to make any difference, I don't think. All they're going to do is make sure that the feeder breaks down and just put a bit more traction rolling down the river to draw the fish up to my actual hook bait that's going to catch them on, hopefully. So I don't think this renders this experiment wrong by adding maggots in it, but it is boilie crumb and maggots that's going in the cage feeders, just to clarify. But all hook baits are cell boilies, so let's get some rods out. So I'll just run you through the setup. It's exactly the same again. Just a 5-ounce cage feeder on my hockey stick. You've seen the rig, 3.5 foot that's got 1.5 baits on it, and then the cage feeder's packed, ready to go in. So rod number 1. The maggots have already got out of this, you know. I've put them in the bottom and they've already crawled out, so I'm going to put them back in the bloody top. Right, let's go. So on this rod, this time I'm using one of the KORDA run rig kits, purely because I've run out of my other hockey sticks. I've only got the one that's actually on that rod, because I've got cut off on the last video. But yeah, that's going to have the single bait, and that's going to be the left hand rod. That's a 4 ounce atomic gripper going on there, so let's get that one out. Cool, that's both of them out. That's just to get them out. I'm not expecting anything in the day whatsoever. Something I've noticed though, the river is rising, because where my bank sticks are, they are about 6 inches now from being in the river, whereas before in the last video they was about a foot away. So that river's coming up, so the flow's picking up. We had a lot of rain on Sunday here, Sunday, sort of Saturday, Sunday night, and a little bit yesterday. So we're obviously now getting that. It's Tuesday today I'm making this video, so we're obviously now getting the rainwater basically coming through. Whether that affects the fishing, I don't know. Let's hope not. But let's see if we can get one on a cell boilie. I'm looking forward to this one. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it's a good one. Just walk you down to the river. I think it's safe. We're just going to monitor that, see how close that is now. Keep an eye on that. I want to check the levels, but it looks a lovely day out there. I know there's a bit of cloud and that, but the sun's shining, things are drying out. Apologies if there's a bit of wind. I'm going to go back in with shelter and wait for a rod to bend over. I don't think we're going to get anything till dark, but you just never know, do you? Surprise, surprise, I have swans for a change, but there's also a New Dawn coming past. That's the name of the boat. I can see it on the back. New Dawn. So that's going to push a few waves in as it comes past. Mind you, they're taking it ever so steady. Well, mate, he is. Yeah, New Dawn, very nice. My mum and dad would like to be on that, and my granddad, he'd be up for that as well. Chugging along the Trent. Hugwash and crew. Off we go. That's your boat update early on. Barbel update is not happening yet, but we're only, oh yeah, there's a cormorant to come past as well. We're only about 45 minutes into the session. Cloud cover's coming over. I'm keeping an eye on that river level as well, because it's not going to affect me. I'm bivvied up far enough back, but I'm just intrigued to see how far it comes up. You lot better come with me a minute and have a look at this. That is not the start we're after. Look at them bloody cell hanging out of its mouth. Bertie Bream, you're a bad, bad man. Wow, nothing has happened since Bertie Bream showed up. I don't expect it to be honest. I am just sitting here passing the time, watching the cloud cover come over, which is good. Down here, it's already burning. We're only about 10 minutes into the video and I've already set fire to something, so that's happy days. It's got all that water in the river and it wants to drink out of my bucket, look. There's nothing in it. It's the same water that you swim round in every day. Never mind. Well, here we go again. It's that time of the day already. Sun is setting. There is a couple round the corner on the river. I think there's 3 further up there. It looks cold in the sky tonight. The temperature is going to drop. I think it gives 2 degrees, so that's a frost tonight. The river looks very calm. It's not come up anymore, not that I can see. It's still pretty much where it was, so that might be it. But I'm going to freshen both rods up. I'm going to put fresh hook baits on, fresh casts in, because we're getting near that witching hour now, aren't we? And we'll see what the night brings. But yeah, lovely. Another night on the bank. Right, let's get some rods in and freshen them up. Well, that's come back in pretty much as I sent it out. It's soft now though. Look, it does just crumb up quite easily. Oh, where's my hair stop gone? Okay, just drop that. Oh no, it's in my hand. Get in there. Yeah, it does just crumb up, so we'll get rid of that. That's been out there about 3 hours, so I'm just going to say every 3 hours I need to change hook bait. So I've got my bag. You know, it's just simple stuff, isn't it, this? Slide a new boilie on. Put the old hair stuff back on. Like that. Check the silicon's right. There we go. First little robbing of the session. He's obviously after the crumbs, isn't he? Right, fingers crossed for a big old barbel on the cell. So that is looking perfect out there. I'm sat on my bed chair, poised, waiting to pounce if a rod goes. I've got my coffee. As far as the experiment is concerned, this is why I hope you've watched the video prior to this. I know I'm in a zone where the fish are feeding, I can catch from. The setups are exactly the same as what I've previously caught on. The left hand rod, okay, I've changed the swim feeder to a lead, but the right hand rod is still feeding both hook baits, so it doesn't really matter. The hook lengths are the same, the hooks are the same. The only change that's out in that river tonight is that hook bait. So if it does not go, the only thing that can be the reason why it's not gone is the hook bait. I can't make it any clearer experiment than what I have. So if it doesn't go, I won't be using cell on the river anymore. If it does, let's hope it tricks a reel big enough. Just up that lead to a 6 ounce one. Instead of, I did have a 4, I want to try and go a bit further out, so I've put a 6 on it now. So we're going to go a little bit further out. And I'm going to try and mould some stuff around it as well, see how that goes. It's got a bit in there. Thought I'd do a little nighttime update. Not a lot has happened. It is only 8 o'clock, so it's only early still, but I had a fish by this time last night. So I'm kind of quite expecting, oh come on, I should have had one, but that's not always the case, is it? It might make me wait right till before first light and I might only get one fish, or I might get none, who knows. But it is a much colder night. Whether that plays a part in the fish result, I don't know. I can't see that a cool night after a warm night can change the river temperature really at all. It can't work that quick, can it? I think just, yeah, I'm just going to have a recast on the rods again in a minute and just keep working at it. Well, so far my evening is consisting of coffee and motionless rods. Never mind, eh? Up to now, it's a bit of a slow start, really. Just one little Bertie bream. Just refresh both the rods again, come back and cowed away in my little bag now for another hour. I'm going to slow it down to an hour now. Instead of like every half an hour, I'm going to make it an hour. See if that makes any difference. It's bloody cold outside and all, but I can't see that's affecting the river that much. It's it takes a lot longer to cool down in the water than it does in the air temperature, doesn't it? So maybe I've just not had any fish turn up yet, who knows, but we'll keep trying. That's all we can do, is just keep on trying. Wow, we have number one in the net, and I've got to be honest, that looks a bloody good sized barbel. Look at the size. Yeah, we'll get scales etc sorted. These are a nuisance now tonight. They just won't bugger off tonight. I'll get everything sorted. I'll see you on the mat. £14 exact. Match my PB again. Look at the stomach on it. Thank you, mate, very much. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's get this one back where you belong, back in the river. While the scales are here, just to prove to you, not a lie anyway, but there it is at 14 again. God, left-handed. Right, let's go, come on, let's go, put that back on. Let's go. Swan's an absolute nightmare, look. Come on, get out of it. Get out of it a minute. Oh, this one's ready to go back. That's it, you've splashed the swans. He's gone. Right, you pair, starting to get on my tits now. Thank you, that's congratulations on a PB match. Very good, thank you very much. Well, that is happy days. The cell has done it again. That could have even just hovered ever so slightly over 14, but I'm saying 14. It's a joint PB. The cell has caught a joint PB. So first fish is a joint PB for it. So yeah, you can catch on the cell. I think I've managed to get a couple of better pictures of this one than I did the last £14 one I had. You'll notice I don't keep fish out the water long at all. I'll try and keep them at the absolute bare minimum. That's why I don't try and take photos. I just try and screenshot a bit off the video clip. They're not as good at pictures, but I've said before, I'm not in it for a picture. I'm in it for the experience and the journey, and I like seeing it go back more than I like seeing me hold it. You know, I want to get it back in its environment, in the way it came out of its environment. So yeah, fantastic start though. What a great start. And whilst I'm in this clip, I will just say to you again, to you lot, thanks very much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, etc. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. It does massively help me out, and I am massively thankful. I've waited so I can actually say it in a clip where I've got something to show you other than a picture of a rod, because up to now it's been a bit of a slow one, but we're off the mark. So I'm going to get a new rig tied because that one's knackered. I'm going to get that rod back out, recast the other one, see if I can do something with the swans, because they're getting a bit too comfortable. It's my own fault for feeding them, but they're getting like, yeah, they're going to be moving in come morning, you know, so I've got to try curb that and put a bit of distance between us. So I'll see what I can do with that one as well. But anyway, let's get some rods out and then get the kettle back on. God, yeah, it's absolutely freezing. I've just brought the other rod in to recast it, and that hook's gone blunt. You'll see on this one that I had the barbel on, still got the bait on it, but I've had to, I don't know if it will show it, had to flatten the barb off. It had come through its lip and come right the way out, so the hook had gone round and come out. So instead of me trying to force it back through, I just sort of flattened it off with the pliers, so it's a barber's hook and then it comes out really easily. So there's just a little tip if anyone is watching, but that needs to go in the bin. But damn it. See, the hook's still sharp, but now it's barbless and it doesn't comply. Fishery rules here are microbarb, so I've got to tie a new rig on that one. This one I've just bought in as well. You'll see that's the one that's got the 1.5 on it. That hook has gone blunt somehow, I'm not sure how. So Jesus, I'm gonna have to warm my hands up first, then tie a couple of rigs. We're getting through the old hook baits, they're disappearing. Doesn't matter, I've caught on them. So I reckon I'm gonna get the kettle on first, hold my hands over the flame, and then tie a couple of new rigs up. So yeah, what a result though. Well, I've literally just tied one rig. We're going back out to the mat. The left hand rod I've just put out before I come and tie the rig, it's gone, and I reckon that's a double as well. Absolute madness. Just going to take you down to the net. I reckon, oh, that's a double. I can just show you that. There's the cell 1.5 hook bait. Amazingly, this one, £13.12. I've just weighed it in. It doesn't look anywhere near the size of the 14, but it is. It's £13.12. Thank you very, very much. And that was literally 15 minutes after I put the rod up, maybe not even that. Small tail on this one. Right, let's get you back. We'll check your mouth first and we'll get you back. We'll do this bit again just to show you. I'm sure I weighed it in at 13.12. Yep, 13.12. Okay, let's get it back to the river. Right, come on, Mr. Barbel, let's get you home. Right, where's my little deep spot? It's getting ever so wet for crocs. I'm going in here by the end of tonight, I reckon. Right. I don't think you're going to take any getting back either, because you was quite angry on the mat. Oh, stunning fish. Ready? Let's sink it then. Let's get your nose out. Oh, that's easier said than done. There you go. Go on then. As soon as you realise you can go, you're going to be off. There you go, mate. Thank you very much. Excellent. Wow. First of all, cheers all. I haven't even got a rod in the water and I'm not planning to put them back out. I'm having a coffee, defrosting my fingers, and I'm just going to take in the moment because I've just had 2 barbel and the combined weight is £27.12 in the last 2 fish, which is mental. I'm fully aware this isn't normal. I mean, a double figure barbel's fairly common on the Trent, don't get me wrong, but I'm being super lucky in what is picking up my bait. It's nothing to do with what I'm doing. I'm just being, it's luck of the draw. Do you know what I mean? I'm fully aware of that. I don't think, oh, I'm a great barbel angler, because I'm not. I'm new to it, but I'm just being super lucky. Does the cell hook bait make any difference over the krill one from last night? I don't think it does, if I'm honest. It was something in my head. I just wanted to try, can we get them on the cell? And yeah, I've had 2 bites in 15 minutes maybe, off the same rod, the same spot. All the rigs are here. I've got 3 knackered rigs now. No, I've got 1 fresh tied rig, sorry, and 2 knackered rigs. No rods out. I've got a cup of coffee though, and it's much needed. So I'm gonna have this, sort my life out, because this is chaos in here. And then think about getting some rods back out and seeing if we can't get one even bigger. Who knows? They're out there, aren't they? Crazy. But yeah, at least I'm putting a fish on the vlog, which is better than some of my blanking ones you've seen. So happy days. Cheers. Well, the addict to want to catch another one in me's got the better of me. I've remembered I've got 1 rig tied, so I've hooked it on that, just a lead rod, moulded some gear around and walloped it out. So it's literally just gone out. You'll see the coffee cup's still full. I thought, do you know what, if it's happening, get a rod out, could get another one. I've got to tie 2 more rigs up. And yeah, drink a coffee and warm up. I'm hoping it's going to be a busy night. I'm not sure if me moulding some of the boilie crumb around the lead, is that doing anything? I imagine when it hits the water it probably bashes straight off and just gets washed away in the upper layers. It don't even see the bottom of the riverbed. But don't know, they're obviously straight on a cell bait though. If they find it, they have it, don't they? So knackered but happy, very, very happy. Good morning. We've gone from a fish on the mat to saying good morning because literally nothing has happened since. I thought I was on for a right busy night. Nothing. I stayed awake till I reckon 3 o'clock was the last time I looked at my phone. I was regularly casting. Nothing. There's a lot more debris coming down the river as well now. I'm really having to clean my lines off. Like, you'd probably get away with an hour before it drags your lead. So obviously that rain that was Sunday and Monday, or Saturday, Sunday and Monday, I think it rained, I can't remember now. That's obviously now bringing all the crap through, so it's making it a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I've just freshened the rods back up, fresh hook baits on, fresh bait on them, like feeders full, lead's full. I've got about maybe 5 casts worth of bait left in my bucket. I've got about 6 hours left fishing, so I'm gonna run out. That might be single hook baits for the last couple of hours, but you never know. He's just noticed the other swan that's appeared. There's a swan from the other side of the river appeared, so the kingfisher just gone past as well. Well, I heard it. He's now gone into battle mode. That gives me a few minutes off. I've been here all night, so be warned if you feed the swans that you've adopted them basically. But for now, down there, kettle's on, have a coffee, watch the sun come up, see if we can catch one more barbel for the vlog. That's the rod's just had a rechuck. I just thought I'd share with you that lovely sky that's coming over there. And if I walk round, got everything in the background. Look at the colours coming up over there. Beautiful sunrise. Well, the sunshine, or sunrise I should say, that didn't really appear into nothing, as you'll see. It's very, very dark. Look at that rain coming over. It said it's going to rain this morning. Definitely going to get it. Sadly, nothing has happened here yet either, but there's still a few hours to go. That'll do for breakfast. I tell you, it's absolutely freezing. But the plus side is I've actually got another steak, so I'm having 2 steaks for breakfast. But you'll see how the light levels have changed. If I just spin you around out there, see that weather front, definitely going to cop it in a minute. So from that to that, happy days. And that looks like it could do a bite any second, so I could be getting soaked. Unbelievably, swans actually eat steak. Did anyone know that? Because I didn't. Look, just chuck my bit of steak there. Look, there's one bit. Look at it. Savage as a bit of steak. Never knew that. Shows you they just don't eat plants and stuff, do they? They actually eat meat. Look at this one here, look. He spotted it, or she has, look. That is random. Well, that's a very different session, this one, isn't it? I've learnt that barbel will eat a cell boilie, and if you feed steak to a swan, they will eat it. So that's something I've learned this session. You can see on the shelter roof's absolutely pissing down now, so it's going to be a wet pack down. I've got till midday. It's 8:30, but the rain doesn't say to ease off until 10, and then it's going to be one of those cold days where things just don't dry out, so everything's going home wet, I think. Unless a big wind gets up for an hour and dries things out, but it's not forecast, so it's going to be a wet pack down, unfortunately. But I'm going to finish burning my second steak, have a coffee, start getting some stuff tidied up, and yeah, just hope we can catch one more fish. But I think time's running out. I mean, bite time is getting further and further away now. You know, the window is closing, as they say. I've got 3.5 hours. If I'm honest, I don't think I'm going to get another fish now. But you never know, do you? I'm still here. The rods are still out. It could still happen. So let's see what happens. So So I've just had another recast on the rods. Something I've noticed when I come down the riverbank, look how far the water is now away from the bank sticks. So the river level has actually gone down again. Don't know if you remember the start, it was maybe 2-3 inches off touching them. Now I'd say it's a good 12-14 inches away now. But yeah, the old tips, they're up and over. So much debris coming down the river now, it's really is difficult, but it's pissing down. I've redone the rods, I'm going back in the shelter now. I'm gonna have my coffee. I am trying for one more barbel though, just one more fish would be epic. Well, the weather forecast said it's meant to be easing off. I don't think you've got that one right, do you? Because to me it looks like it's absolutely pissing down. And that is getting more and more treacherous to get down to the rod, so it's going to be a funky old end to this session. I'll make this a quick clip, but you'll see everything is absolutely soaked. I've got about 20 minutes of the session left. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can winkle another night's fishing, because tomorrow's going to be a dry day. I can dry my kit out, and to be honest, I think the conditions are still looking good for a fish. So if that is the case, there will be another barbel video after this. But let me spin you around and say goodbye to you all. Well, I don't know if it shows it, but I am absolutely drenched. But fortunately, I have got a full change of clothes in the van with me. I'm able to stay another night, and I think I'm going to be honest. Saves me packing this all away wet. You know, it's a nightmare, and especially this time of year, packing all your gear away wet. It's soaked for days at home. You've got to get it all out and dry it. Sod it. I'm just going to stay another night. Tomorrow's meant to be a sunny day that I can dry things out. So there will be another barbel vlog on the Trent. So that'll be 3 in a row. But as for this vlog, that is the end. But what a fantastic result. I mean, I'm over the moon with that. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember, thumbs up would be great. And if you haven't subscribed and you want to, please do. It's free, doesn't cost you nothing, and you're not tied into nothing. But until the next vlog, which I'll be making directly after this one, which you won't see for a few days, take care, good luck if you ate yourself, and I hope you catch a whacker, because yeah, it's a mega feeling when you do. So until next time folks, thanks for watching.